again. Oh my gosh. Thanks. This is a little different live. How's everybody doing? Oh my gosh. Oh, buddy. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Ooh, hold on. We are live. We are live. How's everybody doing? Let me see if I can see some comments. If you're in here, say something. If you're in here, say something. Say hello. Say hello. Where are you from? How's your Thursday? What's your highlight from your Thursday? Man. Yeah, I have little man here. And Devin's not feeling the best. So I'm not for sure if he's in pop in here or not. And that's okay. Pray for him as he's got like a stomach ache. Sometimes when he eats things, he's just got a sensitive stomach. So I told him, I was like, well, maybe you need to do a detox. So I don't know. So we'll see. So we've got Buddy here right now. That it's close to his bedtime. So we'll see how long this lasts. But we just wanted to, still like make our commitment and come in here and be live with you. Here you go. You want to shake this? Oh, what is that? That's pretty cool. Who do we got? Who do we got in here? Let me see if I have any comments. Guys, so we had so I had a friend of mine that had said like, hey, watch your live, like, really enjoyed it, whatever. And so for the record, our lives are just completely unscripted. So it's not who do we have? So it's not anything that we like type up and write this long behind like script, in order for us to go live. Like it's completely unscripted. We, like we had a general idea of last time, of what we were going to go live about. And then the time before that, it was, the cards. And so, yeah. So in case you guys were wondering of, whether we like do a whole bunch of like typing out in preparation, whatever, we don't. And that's just kind of the real and rawness of our conversation and our lives. We want them to be authentic and we want them to be, just authentic and not scripted. So, and like pretentious, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Yes. So I am just looking to see if there's, if we've got any comments. I don't see any comments, so it's all right. So I actually have a story to share with you, and that was going to be kind of like tonight's. He's getting his two top teeth, and so he's like drooling on everything. Hashtag parenting, the beautiful moments of parenting. So anyway, thanks. You hear the anyway, so without further ado, Lord, have your way in this conversation tonight. In Jesus' name, amen. Just want to invite him into the conversation, make sure that it's his words, not mine. So yeah, this really all like stemmed from, let me just share a little bit of context from Sunday this week. And so our lawnmower guy came over for the first time, just because like in Alabama, like grass doesn't start growing until right around now, like it just needed some shaping. Like there was some like areas of our lawn that was 6 inches long. And then there's areas of our lawn that were like still brown, but we just wanted to get it all good and looking good. So anyway, he was here and get a knock on the door. And during this time that he was here, the girls were like, oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. And then all of a sudden, like, our Wi-Fi stops working. And so I was like, oh, that's just really interesting. Like, why all of a sudden our Wi-Fi stops working? So I just couldn't figure it out. And so, girls and I go and unplug the router and, whatever. So when he's done, he knocks on the door and he was like, hey, about that cord over there. Is it to anything like super important or, do you know what it's to? And I was like, oh yeah, I think that's to our Wi-Fi, if I'm not, mistaken. He's like, really? And so, yeah, I don't know. So he ended up like running over a Wi-Fi cord and we have fiber optics. Like if you guys know anything about fiber optics, I've never known anything about fiber optics until now. Until like living here in the house and they just have fiber optics and that's it. Here you go, buddy. You want this? You want that? There you go. So, yeah. So, and like typically like, it's buried and whatever, but I don't know, like they just didn't when they installed it. And yeah. So, and then the guy made the statement. He's like, I did the neighbors and ran over theirs and it was just fine. And so he's like, I just was really surprised. And it's like, I don't care what cord it is. Like, sir, you just don't go over with your lawnmower. Maybe like, I'm thinking about this wrong. So anyway, with all that to say, we did have Wi-Fi and I thought we were not going to have Wi-Fi for like almost like maybe like 36, 40 hours, something like that. But it ended up being like 24 hours. Praise the Lord. So from like Sunday around 4:00 to about, like Monday afternoon. And so, yeah, so it's like, when you don't have Wi-Fi, it's like, you just realize that, you just, that like what you're missing or what you're not missing, you know what I mean? And so, I don't know. So you just don't realize like how much Wi-Fi affects things. Like it affects, for us, like it affects our TV is, connected to it. And because we don't have cable, we have, Netflix and, subscriptions and Wi-Fi and, there's Facebook, there's, Instagram, there's all the social media platforms, you know what I mean? So, so we didn't have any of that, you know what I mean? So we had each other and that's it. And here we were, just looking ashy and not looking ashy, but, so it's like, okay. And, the girls, we made it work for Sunday night. The rest of the night, we had a great night, ate supper. And, gosh, I'm trying to think, normally we have dance parties, didn't have that. But, we just kind of made it work. And we, like, enjoyed just being present. You know what I mean? Like, enjoyed being present as a family. And then, Devan, because he works from home full time, so he had to go and work elsewhere. So he did that on Monday. And Matt, you know what? Like, I had the most productive day on Monday. Like, anybody else like have? Oh, sure. Yeah, he's probably ready.
Sorry, guys. This Chaz is talking about being unplugged. I just unplugged. We may pop on later this weekend with a special live.
So yeah, so he went and worked elsewhere. And I don't know, for all of you married folks out there, I don't know how you feel, and I would love to hear, from you and where your thoughts are on this. But I just would be curious to know, like, do you enjoy spending time? Like, can you be with your spouse 7 days a week? Do you enjoy that? Because for me, I love it. Like, Devin and I are here 7 days a week. And I don't know, like, yeah, we just, since we've moved, like, he hasn't, taken time to, find a co-working space until Monday. And, and just even before that, like, I am totally fine being at home. And I just really enjoy my time with Devin. And so, and that can be a distraction. Um, oh, Christina, gotcha. So besides every other weekend, I get to see. Gotcha. Yeah. So it's like, I would imagine, Christina, that you want to soak it up like as much as possible. And for me, just because it's like we go and go and go and go and go during the week, like when it is family time, like I really enjoy our family time. Like just, Abby asks me, is today, does daddy work today? And it's like, yep, he does, So, and that's like a blessing too, that like in itself, that like our kids get to see us work. You know what I mean? That it's like, it truly is a family, like a family thing that, that makes the, that all of us are like oil the machine, if that makes sense. Like as we're trying to figure out this machine and how it's going to run together and how it's going to fit together, like as we fit in work and YouTube stuff and other things that Devin's working on, and all that we've got going on, you know what I mean? Like it truly is a family thing, and homeschooling, So yeah, I just think that's precious. And like I think that in the awesome moments and then in the really hard moments, you know what I mean? Like work sometimes can be hard, and that our kids get to see that. And it's Devin one that like he has a really great filter, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't like wear his hard days on his sleeve, you know what I mean? Like he's one that is I would say I don't know, like he's really good at just being present, and that's one thing that that taught me. And so for you guys that like work from home, maybe like work from home, or just you're entrepreneurs and you own your own time like 7 days a week, 24/7, like how do you manage your time with your kids, with your family? Maybe you don't have kids, maybe it's just you, or maybe it's you and your husband. Do you like, what kind of boundaries do you set? Because I think that's what it taught me, is it just taught me about like really just being present, you know what I mean? And not like, on my phone and responding to this email and responding to that Slack and whatever, just because like I work too. I'm a virtual assistant. I have 3 clients. And so, there's work to be done there. And so anyway, it's just, oh gosh, I was like freaking out because I was like, geez, like for one of my clients, I was like, I literally just have one phone number and that's it. That I was like, I don't know, my computer was not connecting to like my hotspot, Devin's hotspot, like none of that. And so it just made it for really fun, but it just was like a really big blessing. Like, so let me see. So what did I get done? So I got done like 5 loads of laundry. And so what we've been doing with the kids too, just a little like snapshot into our family. Like, so just as Abs being older, she'll be 5 in June. What I did was, what I've started doing since we've been down here in Alabama is just having her help with clothes. And so it's like girl, you're gonna learn how to, not necessarily like fold clothes yet. Like, we're starting with turning pants inside out and folding towels and hanging up clothes like that. Like, how many of you guys like just struggle with laundry? It's like, I think I can do it, but it's like the putting it away. It's the folding and putting away. So my dream, I would love to hear from you if you have like a different system, but like my dream one day is to have like a family closet. And so it's like where there's like Devan stuff and my area and the kids' area and just like Abigail, Abigail, Zeke, Lucy, all of us literally in one big closet. So when it comes to doing laundry, whether I'm doing laundry or whether it's, one of the kids when they, grow older and they're doing laundry, it's like you just have one room to go to. You know what I mean? I forget, oh, you know what? It's a family on HGTV that I learned this about. And I was like, you know what? I can get down with that system. Like, I think that's great. And then I just watched a TikTok earlier this week. Devin sent it to me, and this mom has, I think it's like 5 baskets, and Monday through Friday, and they're literally put on shelves. And so it's like she does a load, she throws it in. Excuse me, let me see. No, it's 5 baskets, not for every day of the week. It's 5 baskets for every member. And so it's like, oh, Monday, fold Sally's. Tuesday, you fold, Jeremy's, Wednesday, whatever. And so it's like, I think that's the system. So anyway, as you pull it out of the dryer, it's like, oh, you're just boom, 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 you're sort. Because how many of you guys sort laundry by person? Your girl does not. I don't do that. I just throw it in. I do the kids', and then I do like Devin's and I like sometimes like I do our laundry together, and sometimes it's whatever. It's just whatever in that moment I do. So I wash your clothes together. I don't. But anyway, so I think like just the whole system of like sorting. I think the all-in-one closet plus that system of like, okay, we're just going to sort would be beautiful. And that would be like my dream job. So anyway, I got done like 5 loads of laundry on Monday and put them away. Come on, somebody. I put them away with Abigail's help and Lucy, because it's like, nope, like Lucy, you can carry your clothes, and we're gonna go put them in your drawer. Abigail even helped with Zeke's, and we did that. I'm trying to think of what else we did, but it's like, yeah, it just really made me appreciate life and these moments and just slowing down. You know what I mean? And it's like, how many times do you just like, oh, I'm just not gonna do anything? Like a lot of times I feel like when we do slow down, it's because we're sick. Right? And it's like, should that be the only time? Should that be the only time that we just stop? And we just like, you know what? I'm just going to all of everything can wait, or this message or these emails can wait. I'm just going to play a game with my kids, where I'm going to do gymnastics with them. That was just like, I don't know. I actually kind of got like emotional a little bit about it, with Devin, just kind of reflecting. And it's like, and here's the other thing too. It's like, if you're a parent of more than one child, so it's like, if you have one child, it's like, I feel like that maybe wouldn't be, your household probably wouldn't be like super noisy, but it's like when you have multiple children, then it's just like the noise level in your house is just probably insane in the membrane. And so it's like, just to have no noise, no songs, no movies, no like shows on, no any of that. You know what I mean? So it's like just as a parent, like that was good for me too. Cause I was like, okay, do I need to be like, oh, setting a little more, boundaries as it relates to when our TV is on and when it's not. Sometimes like we listen to songs on, we've got Alexa plugged into our in our kitchen, you know what I mean? And so sometimes like Abs will just go over there and she'll just like, hey Alexa, play Gracie's Corner, you know what I mean? And she'll, do that. And so we just have a dance party in the kitchen and let's do Alexa. But we didn't have any of that just because Alexa runs off Wi-Fi. And so just like the peace and just the silence and just to like really listen to each other and just enjoy one another was so beautiful and so needed. You know what I mean? And so it's like, ugh, do I just need to be saying no more? Like I would be really curious if you guys are even just watching the replay. I would really be curious to know, like, what do you and your family do as it relates to this subject, as it relates to unplugging? Because I needed it. Like I don't know, like I would say out of the two, out of Devan and I, like I'm a hustler. Like I go and go and go and go and go and go and don't stop. Devan is the one that is so much better at like, okay, I'm just going to chill tonight. I'm not going to do anything. And yeah, for me, I'm just like, man, I just got boom, 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 like this long list of stuff that I got to do. And yeah, and so it's like, it literally takes me to like, it took, for the Wi-Fi to be cut off by our lawn man. Yeah. So anyway, for like me to kind of like reflect and like, okay, I needed this one. And I needed this time with my children, and I just needed this like peace, and we as moms, like I heard someone say this one time, and it's like, I love it. Like we as moms are the thermometer, like we are the like the thermostat in our household. You know what I mean? We're the ones that like can set the atmosphere in our household. And so it's like, are we going to, just like, where was I going with this? Like, have and enjoy like the peace and really just embrace this time? Or are we going to be like, and han about it and, the inconvenience of it and like, be crabby about it and whatever. And I feel like that's something that I'm working on is being a better like mom in that sense, that it's like, man, these girls, my kids look to me, and when I'm feeling a certain way, on a certain day, or I wake up like, because Zeke was up or whatever, like my girls still look at me, and they're like looking to me for direction and indirectly, like, they're watching, they're listening, they're watching what I am doing. And here's what I want to say too, that I was like, man, I didn't even realize this. So even just something as simple as like, sometimes in like my pajama pants, like I don't have kind of pockets. And so I was just like, I don't have pockets in like, whatever, like, t-shirt or like, a sweatshirt or whatever I'm wearing, that it doesn't have a pocket. So I'll just like shove it like in the side of my pants. And you want to know something? Lucy did that. And I think it was on Monday. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday that she, came over and was like, pocket. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting, for like Lucy to pay attention, that it's like, oh, well, I do that. Devan doesn't do that, but like I do. I know I do. And so I was like, oh, because she had her little play phone and she was putting it in her pocket. And so it was just funny because like it kept falling, like she would, take a couple steps and then it's like, man, that thing was just drop all the way to the floor. And and then she would like, stuck. And then, I'd help her. She'd stand up, she'd do it again, take another step, and then it's like, and she'd sit down, get it out, whatever. And so it's like what that taught me was it's like, man, my girls are watching the good stuff and the icky stuff. You know what I mean? And it's like, am I like going to be perfect in every moment and every time? No, but like they're watching, and something that Devan and I have agreed on is because Abigail is our more emotional child. Anytime that Devan and I are in a intense moment of fellowship, and like when I know that like I'm gonna cry, or like I am crying or I'm on the verge of crying or whatever, that like we're just gonna continue the conversation like another time. Just because like it's like, oh, okay, like I just don't want to do this around Abigail. And so just recognizing like those moments of like, okay, not now, but like we're gonna carry this, we're gonna continue this because like yeah, so Abigail just like, oh, mommy, are you okay, like I love you, or she'd like come over and give me a hug. And and it's like sometimes it's the tears are like good tears, you know what I mean, like tears of joy. And when Devan and I are not having an intense moment of fellowship, that it's like something happens and it's like it just makes me tear up, and so it's whatever. So it's like those moments, it's like, oh, it's okay, yes, mommy's happy, I'm just having a moment right now, so those moments, like I'm okay with being around her or whatever. But anyway, so that's a little rabbit trail. But yeah, I really like, it sounds weird, or it sounds like it sounds like interesting or whatever, but like I don't know, I just had a lot of great like reflection, and needed to simply unplug. So if you're watching this, watching the replay, we want to engage with you, we want to have a conversation with you, would love to learn, get to know you, your family, what you guys do, what works, what doesn't work. And that's the beauty, of learning, growing. And I feel like as seasons will change as kids get older, and so needs will look different, and so schedules will be different too. But yeah, so it was like, all right, when is the next time that, I think Devan was like, so are you just saying like we just need to like literally unplug the Wi-Fi? And it's like, I feel like my personality is like all or nothing. That's just kind of the way that I work. And so I feel like even if I was to like say, oh, no phone from this time to this time, that it's like, I don't know. So stay tuned, because it's like I need to do and be better and just be disciplined. You know what I mean? At this. And so so more to come, because I need to do some more reflecting about this, and just like, okay, so what am I going to do about this? Because I really needed that. And it's just going to be healthy for our family, for me. And something that I'm like super big on is protecting my peace. And I just was literally having a conversation with my brother earlier this week, and he had made the statement. He's like, Chaz, he's like, something that you're just like really good at is boundaries. And that he's like, I've really had to learn that from you, and that some people are like gonna like my boundaries and some people are not gonna like my boundaries, and that's totally fine. Like, I'm gonna let you know what my boundary is, and how you respond, like that's on you, So with that said, like, I need to put a boundary in place as it relates to unplugging. Because I go and go and go and go and go, and it literally takes, like, for me, I mean, I'm gonna admit it, like it takes for me to literally be either sick, or it's like I'm literally just like falling asleep. And I think that happened, gosh darn, what? I think that happened like a couple weeks ago, that it's like I just was like, man, I just feel like just really, really tired. And I don't even know, I'm not for sure, like, if there was a specific reason, but I just felt like, all right, I'm not doing anything. I'm tired. And I just went to bed and I didn't work on anything. And I really could have, but I didn't. And so, yeah, I don't know. I need to be better at putting my phone on do not disturb, or literally shutting our Wi-Fi off. And so it's like our girls, so, it's not like grabbing the remote to turn on the TV, or even like Alexa. And so it's like literally just shutting out all the white noise. And so it's like, so I can, my 2.5-year-old daughter is, talking now, and just really soaking up those moments of like really listening to her say words, and just like watch her be so confident that she is now, because it's like I think she knows that it's like I have a voice now, you know what I mean? So anyway, I mean, she did, but like she I would say she only probably like said 20, 30 words, and that's it. So anyway, so just enjoying the family moments together, enjoying time with my husband. Hello, that's my first ministry. So whether that looks like, whether that's, a whole evening, or whether that's like a certain time during the day, that it's like, I won't have my phone, or maybe, I was going to say we can't have Wi-Fi up because Devin works from home, but like, oh, from this time to this time, it's, it's going to be no TV, or no Alexa, or, any of that. So I think that it's like, with Devin's input, of course, of kind of implementing some of these things for us, for my own peace, as a mom. So it's like I can pour out. So I can pour out as a mom, and as, a wife. So, and that's what I was like trying to get at, I guess, is just, protecting my peace, and making sure that I do things that fill my cup. And so I'm not running ragged, out on these streets, and just running myself short, and that's something that, like, I've realized too in 2023, is doing things for myself. And that's taking care of my health. That's taking care of, my mental health, my physical health, because those areas trickle into other areas, our marriage, our family. So it just, as a friend, as a, sister, daughter, whatever, you know what I mean? So, so that all has been really important. And, I'm going to share this. I'm going to share, I'm going to finish my thought, and then I'm just going to, end here, because, this is just like a whole other video to share with you guys, and just to be more transparent, for my journey of, here in 2023. And, but I will say this, is that Devin and I had a conversation. I feel like it was at the top of this year, and, just really like evaluating our roles and the things that we both bring to the table, and what he does and what I do, and not necessarily for like work, as in like how much money do we bring to the table, but just all the stuff that we need to do to like make our marriage and family run. And so like, what has Devan been doing? What has Chaz been doing? You know what I mean? And so just had a moment of like, just a breakdown of like, man, this is where I'm at with like my everything, what's going on, in my mind, and just here's where my health is at. And like, I know that I need to do something to like, for like help. And so whether that's, whether that's get a therapist, or whether that's like, find supplements, or, whatever that is. But I know that I struggle in some areas, and that I just can't continue to make excuses, because I don't want my husband to continue to, get frustrated with me when I know that there are things out there that, can help me. And so, so that's what I did. And I told him that I was like, if there's going to be 2 words that 2023 is going to be, it's going to be Chaz 2.0, and it's going to be Chaz showing up, because I'm not making excuses anymore. And not that like I was, but I feel like I just was like masking so many things. If I can be really honest. I was just masking so many things that I was like, all right, I just need to stop. Chaz just needs to stop. And I need to like reevaluate things here. What am I doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, yeah. And he's been like, and he was like super gracious with me. And I said, and the biggest thing is just the motivation for me is I'm showing up. I'm showing up for my husband. I'm showing up for my family. And because I made a vow on May 26th. May 28th, 2016. May 28th, 2016, when I married my husband. And we're in this. And that, like, I want my husband to get the best of me, and I want my kids to have the best version of Chaz. And so if I know that, like I need to be more disciplined in some areas, then that's what I'm going to do. That is the sacrifice that I need to do. And that's what I need to, do and what I need to make in order for like me to show up the way that God has designed and equipped me, and what he's leading and where he's leading me to go. So thanks so much, you guys, for listening. I feel like this is a really great place to end. And if you're listening to the replay, would love to hear, just do #replay in the comments. And anything that, I talked about tonight resonated with you, anything that I talked about tonight and like, asked as it relates to like family stuff, would love to hear from you. I only see one comment and that's it. And so like, if other comments have came in here, I'm sorry. I'll go back and we'll go back and comment and address those. But if you haven't subscribed to our channel, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I'm really excited to say that Devan is working on something that has been 2 years in the making. And I actually teared up last night. So I was like, man, it's finally happening. You know what I mean? Like, he's finally doing it. And so it's like, if you've heard Devan talk, like he just has a way of like, when he talks, like, it's like, like you listen, just because it's like he just like throws out nuggets like left and right. You know what I mean? And just has a way of, I don't know, just a way of like speaking and just like engaging people, and not like try, at all like wanting to be funny or like entertaining all the time. But it's like he truly has a gift of speaking and a gift of just like communicating anything that he says. So anyway, stay tuned, guys. I'm proud of wife. proud wife over here, and excited for him that he's doing it. He is doing it, guys. So man. Anyway, so those of you who are watching tonight, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys. So we're going to keep the schedule for the second and fourth Thursday of the month. So thanks for tuning in, and you guys have a great rest of your night, and we will see you in the next video.